Massive breaking news yesterday, late last night actually, from the New York Times, having to do with the, before the vaccines came out, the deals that were set up by the Trump administration with a variety of different companies to purchase those. And apparently one of them with Pfizer, a vaccine that we now know is apparently quite effective, could have been a much bigger deal, and they passed on it. Before Pfizer's coronavirus vaccine was proved highly successful, this just last month, the company offered the Trump administration the chance to lock in supplies beyond the 100 million doses the pharmaceutical maker agreed to sell the government as part of a 1.95 billion deal months ago. The vaccine, being produced by Pfizer and its German partner BioNTech, is a 2-dose treatment, meaning that those 100 million doses are enough for 50 million Americans, not 100 million Americans. But the administration, according to people familiar with the talks, never made the deal, a choice that now raises questions about whether the United States allowed other countries to take its place in line. They had the option to purchase 100 million to 500 million additional doses. And they were told at the time that if they don't lock that in, the demand, from all of the rest of humanity was going to be such that they might have to wait quite a while. Those 500 million additional doses that we could have gotten for, I'm gonna spitball the math and say less than $10 billion, could have inoculated basically everyone in America effectively, and they chose not to. Doesn't mean that we're not gonna get vaccines, but Brian, that is a very weird choice to make in the run up to an election just a couple of months ago.
Yeah, at least it's consistent with the incompetence that we've witnessed. I just think we're that much closer to a zombie apocalypse where basically everyone's outside CVS or some grocery store where they get their flu shots, expecting the coronavirus vaccine, screaming masses. If we don't get this thing distributed in an efficient way, I don't know what the consequences were. I mean, there was a part of me today that felt this kind of like disappointment when I saw, and this is totally unjustified, but seeing these 2 British senior citizens get the vaccine shots today, the first 2 patients outside of clinical trials to receive that, I just thought, wow, we really have slipped, haven't we? Like I always come back to the whole man on the moon thing. Like we were able to do that, but we cannot figure out a way to stem this spread. And yeah. So yeah, America is we're number 4, and we're number 1 in cases, but we're number 4 in trying to eradicate this thing. But yeah, I mean, what do you think that is? What is the rationale for saying, wait, you have the cure? You know what? Just give me a couple. Leave the rest. Leave the rest in the trunk. Yeah. We'll pick it up later. Yeah.
I can only speculate, and look, I want to apologize to the audience. I'm laughing. It's my defense mechanism. When things are so horrific, so dark, I laugh. But really, like, if this means that your average person on average has to wait 1 month or 2 months, to get the vaccine, because we're apparently like not expected to have vaccinated most of America until the end of next summer. Like, what are we hoping, that only kills 10,000 more people, that doesn't lead to 100,000 more deaths? It's definitely going to kill a lot of people. The question really is, does it kill an Afghanistan of America's, or a Vietnam of America's, or a Civil War of America's? Like, that's really the question at this point. Why they did this, I don't know. Look, they have deals with other companies, and there are other sets of 100 million doses. But this one was considered one of the most likely to work. It had been being worked on for a very long time. When you have the option to purchase more, it either signals a lack of seriousness in general about the disease and the need to fight it, or a lack of pragmatism in terms of politics, because if this news had come out before the election, it would have been even worse for him. I can't think of any plausible, rational explanation for it. I just can't.
I know I play a lawyer on TV, but I also play a doctor on Yellowstone, so I'm totally qualified to talk about these things. Probably more so than that guy who was advising Trump. But I do think that since they have unlocked the hardest, most difficult part of the vaccine, this messenger RNA kind of delivery system of the vaccine, it opens the door to many companies coming out with many vaccines. I'm just hoping by like January, February, there are 4 or 5 companies that can flood the zone with this thing, and it can be as easy as going to Rite Aid or CVS for people. And thankfully, we're not just depending on one vaccine from one company. And listen, we've gotten through this on our own from the very beginning. We've never depended on this federal government to deliver anything that resembles an effective, efficient sort of address of this crisis. And so we're all on our own. And the only hope is that these pharmaceutical companies that love money more than anything else, there'll be like 5 or 6 of them, and we can get this vaccine, I don't know, down the street. That's my hope,
Yeah, and we have 2, Pfizer and Moderna, that had very good results. Just this morning, breaking news: AstraZeneca says that theirs is about 70% effective. I'm not a doctor even on Yellowstone, so I don't know exactly how much worse. I mean, I know it's 20% worse, but sure. I am now. The thing is, when you have like Pfizer 95, Moderna 90, AstraZeneca 70, as a regular person, the only takeaway I have from that is a fear that I'm gonna get stuck with the AstraZeneca one. I know it. I'm gonna have to wait 6 months, and it's gonna be AstraZeneca, and I'm gonna have to take it, because how do you not take it? But anyway,
you don't want to get stuck with the cheap stuff. You really want to get the high dollar vaccine. You want to get that 94% one. And I agree. So I don't know, take 2 vaccines of the 70% efficacy and you'll have 140% efficacy.
That's what you get from a TV doctor. Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.